Have you ever realized that the few nuts you munch on could determine whether you maintain strong, lasting vitality after 60, or lose it silently without warning? Most men never connect the dots. But science makes it clear. Certain nuts can boost circulation, fuel testosterone, and heighten sensitivity, while others quietly restrict blood flow, dull nerves, and sap confidence. And here's the shocking truth: one of the worst nuts is something nearly every man eats daily. By the end of this video, you'll discover exactly which 5 nuts to eat for energy and vigor, and the 2 you should avoid if you want to safeguard your performance. Now, I'm curious, do you snack on nuts often? Type yes in the comments if you do and no if you don't. You might be surprised whether your choices are helping or harming you. Before diving into the list, let's explore why nuts are so vital for men over 60. Erections aren't just about desire, they rely on blood flow, nerve strength, and hormone balance all working together. The right nuts provide omega-3 fats to keep arteries flexible, arginine to boost nitric oxide for better circulation, zinc to support testosterone, and antioxidants to protect your nerves. This combination keeps your stamina steady, your desire alive, and your confidence high. But here's the catch: not all nuts are created equal. Some build you up, while others quietly break you down, increasing inflammation and stiffening arteries over time. Picture your blood vessels as a garden hose. The good nuts keep it soft and flexible, letting blood flow freely. The bad nuts clog and harden it, draining pressure and performance. Which would you choose when it matters most? That's why, in the next few minutes, I'll reveal the 5 nuts that actively boost circulation and hormone levels, and then expose the 2 common ones that quietly undermine performance. The first nut on the good list is a simple snack you likely already have at home, yet it's one of the most powerful foods for male vitality. The first nut is walnuts. They may seem ordinary, but they're packed with nutrients that directly support male performance. Walnuts are among the richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids and the amino acid arginine. Your body uses arginine to produce nitric oxide, the very molecule that signals your arteries to relax and open. Without enough nitric oxide, blood can't fully reach erectile tissue, and firmness diminishes. With sufficient nitric oxide, blood flows in and stays there, giving you stronger, more reliable erections. But walnuts don't stop there. They're loaded with vitamin E and polyphenol, potent antioxidants that protect your nerves. Nerves are the communication lines of pleasure, carrying signals from the brain to the pelvic region and back. If these nerves are undernourished or damaged by stress, arousal feels muted and climax can feel weaker. Eating a small handful of walnuts regularly, about a quarter cup, feeds those nerves and keeps responsiveness sharp. Many of my patients who added walnuts daily reported not only firmer erections but also improved mood, steadier energy, and stronger morning vitality. The second nut is almonds. While almonds are well known for supporting heart health, they also do wonders for hormones. They're rich in magnesium, a mineral many men over 60 lack. Magnesium lowers cortisol, the stress hormone that suppresses testosterone. Elevated cortisol doesn't just increase tension, it blocks your body from producing testosterone by keeping the stress response active. Almonds help testosterone levels rise naturally. They also provide vitamin E, which protects artery linings from oxidative stress, the rust that stiffens blood vessels. When arteries remain flexible, blood moves freely where it's needed, including to the pelvic region. The key is to enjoy almonds raw or lightly roasted, avoiding sugar or salt coatings. A handful a few times a week keeps circulation strong, stress balanced, and energy steady. The third nut is pistachios. They may be small, but they're packed with arginine. Remember, arginine is the building block for nitric oxide, and nitric oxide is the master switch for strong erections. Here's the exciting part: clinical studies show that men who ate pistachios daily for just a few weeks experienced measurable improvements in erectile function. This isn't theory, it's science. Pistachios also help lower LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol that clogs arteries like sludge in a pipe. When those arteries feed the pelvic region, the result is weaker blood flow and weaker erections. By keeping those pathways clear, pistachios ensure circulation stays wide open. The best way to enjoy them? A small handful as an afternoon snack. Over time, they don't just satisfy hunger, they actively support firmness and endurance. The fourth nut is Brazil nuts. These stand out for one reason: selenium. This trace mineral is easy to overlook but essential for testosterone, prostate health, and overall energy. Without enough selenium, testosterone dips and vitality fades. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day give you all the selenium you need, more isn't better. Selenium builds up in the body, so keep the portion small. I often tell my patients to think of Brazil nuts as a natural testosterone pill you can snack on. Eating 1 or 2 in the evening supports hormone production overnight, so you wake up with stronger desire and firmer morning erections. The fifth nut is hazelnuts. Many people know them from chocolate spreads, but on their own, they're a powerful food for circulation and nerve health. Hazelnuts are rich in folate, also called vitamin B9, which keeps your nervous system sharp. Healthy nerves mean sharper sensitivity, stronger arousal, and a more responsive body. Adding a handful of hazelnuts to your daily routine helps maintain nerve function, keep energy steady, and sustain performance where it matters most. They also provide magnesium to lower stress and boost testosterone, along with heart-healthy fats that fight inflammation. Inflammation is a silent enemy of erections. It stiffens arteries and suppresses hormone function. By calming inflammation, hazelnuts help keep blood vessels flexible and hormones balanced. They're also satisfying without being heavy, which supports healthy weight management. That matters because belly fat doesn't just sit there, it actively lowers testosterone and fuels inflammation. Swapping processed snacks for hazelnuts is a small change with a big payoff. So, there you have it: walnuts, almonds, pistachios, Brazil nuts, and hazelnuts. Each one strengthens circulation, fuels hormones, and protects your nerves in its own unique way. Together, they form a strong foundation for energy, vitality, and performance at any age. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these nuts do you already eat? Type it in the comments below: walnuts, almonds, pistachios, Brazil nuts, or hazelnuts. Which is your favorite? And stay tuned, because next I'll reveal the 2 nuts that seem harmless but actually sabotage your performance over time. One of them is so common, you've probably eaten it this week without realizing the damage it's doing. Now that we've covered the 5 best nuts for energy and performance, let's focus on the ones you need to avoid. While some nuts boost circulation and hormones, others quietly work against you. If you snack on the wrong ones too often, the effects show up exactly where you don't want them. The first culprit is peanuts. Peanuts may be the most common snack in America, found in peanut butter, trail mix, or roasted at the ballpark. But here's the truth. Peanuts aren't actually nuts, they're legumes. And that distinction matters because peanuts carry some hidden drawbacks. One of the biggest concerns is aflatoxins, mold toxins that often contaminate peanuts. These toxins put stress on your liver, and when your liver is struggling, it can't regulate hormones properly. That alone can chip away at testosterone and leave you feeling sluggish. On top of that, peanuts are naturally high in omega-6 fatty acids. A little omega-6 is fine, but most modern diets already have too much. When omega-6 outweighs omega-3, inflammation takes over. Inflammation stiffens arteries, slows circulation, and irritates the prostate. Think of it this way: if walnuts act like oil for your arteries, peanuts act like sandpaper. Day after day, they scrape at the lining of your blood vessels, making them less flexible. And less flexibility means weaker blood flow. Of course, eating a handful of peanuts occasionally won't harm your health. But if peanuts or peanut butter are your main snack every day, over time that habit chips away at circulation and hormone balance. The second nut to watch is cashews. Don't get me wrong, they taste amazing. Creamy, satisfying, and often a favorite in mixed nut blends, but they come with 2 hidden catches that can affect men over 60. First, cashews are high in phytic acid, a natural compound that binds to minerals like zinc and magnesium. Zinc is one of the most important nutrients for male health, Without it, testosterone drops, sperm quality suffers, and the prostate becomes more vulnerable. Magnesium, which also gets blocked, supports circulation and relaxation. So when phytic acid locks those minerals away, your body can't use them effectively. It's like stocking your pantry with food but leaving it all sealed in cans you can't open. Second, cashews have a higher carbohydrate content compared to most nuts. That means they can spike your blood sugar if you eat too many, especially in the evening. Here's the chain reaction: every time blood sugar rises, insulin spikes. Chronically high insulin lowers testosterone and encourages belly fat. Belly fat itself further suppresses testosterone and stirs up inflammation. It's a vicious cycle, and cashews can nudge you in that direction if they're your go-to snack. Now, this doesn't mean you need to ban peanuts or cashews forever. A few cashews on a salad or a spoonful of natural peanut butter once in a while won't destroy your vitality. The problem arises when they become your main everyday snack. When that happens, they steal the minerals and circulation you need for firm, reliable performance. So, here's the smarter choice: instead of peanuts, reach for walnuts or pistachios. Instead of cashews, swap in almonds or hazelnuts. The taste is just as satisfying, but the effect on your body is completely different. Over time, these small swaps add up to better circulation, steadier testosterone, and a stronger, more confident you. One of my patients, Robert, a 64-year-old retired teacher, told me he ate peanut butter toast every morning for decades. When I explained how peanuts can fuel inflammation, he agreed to switch to almond butter instead. Within 3 months, Robert noticed he felt less bloated, had more steady energy, and yes, his morning erections came back stronger. Sometimes it really is that simple. So, here's my question for you: be honest. Do you eat peanuts or cashews more than once a week? Type yes if you do, or no if you rarely touch them. You might be surprised how many men discover their favorite snack was quietly working against them. And keep watching, because next I'll show you the bigger picture. How do you take these nut choices and weave them into a daily routine that fuels your energy, circulation, and performance, without feeling restricted? That's where the real transformation happens. Let me share a story that illustrates just how powerful these small daily choices can be. A few years ago, I met a patient named Thomas. He was 67, a retired engineer, and came to see me frustrated. He said, "Doctor, I feel like I've lost my spark. My energy is low. My confidence is slipping, and intimacy just isn't what it used to be." He had already tried medications, but hated the side effects. What he really wanted was a natural way to restore his vitality. When we looked closely at his diet, I noticed something immediately. Every afternoon, Thomas snacked on salted peanuts and a bowl of cashews. He thought he was making a healthy choice, better than cookies or chips. But the truth was, those snacks were fueling inflammation, depleting his zinc, and making it harder for his circulation to work properly. I asked him to try a simple swap: replace the peanuts with walnuts and pistachios, and trade the cashews for a few Brazil nuts and almonds. Nothing extreme, just a handful of the right nuts each day. Within 6 weeks, Thomas returned with a smile. He said, "I feel different. My energy is steadier. I'm sleeping better. And my confidence with my wife has returned." His blood pressure improved, his mood lifted, and his overall vitality was noticeably stronger. His morning testosterone readings were stronger. And most importantly, he felt like himself again. This is what I want you to remember: performance after 60 isn't about one big change or a magic pill. It's about dozens of small decisions that either build you up or break you down. Each snack, each meal, each habit is like laying a brick. The right bricks create a strong foundation that supports your energy and intimacy for years. The wrong ones chip away until the structure becomes shaky. Think of your vitality like a house. Every nut you eat is either a sturdy brick that strengthens the walls or a cracked brick that weakens them. Walnuts, almonds, pistachios, Brazil nuts, and hazelnuts, those are the strong bricks. Peanuts and cashews, when eaten too often, are the cracked ones. Over time, the difference between a solid house and a crumbling one is simply the choices you make day after day. Here's something else to remember: these changes don't just affect you. When you restore your energy, mood, and performance, your partner feels the difference too. Confidence is contagious. Intimacy becomes more vibrant, connection deepens, and your relationship grows stronger. I've seen it happen again and again in my clinic. Men who felt discouraged, even hopeless, suddenly rediscover their vitality just by making smarter daily choices. That's why I share these stories, so you know that no matter your age, you are not stuck. Your body is capable of change, and your best days are not behind you. So let me ask you this: if you could make just one swap this week, trading a harmful habit for a helpful one, what would it be? Would you switch peanuts for walnuts, cashews for almonds, or maybe add a couple of Brazil nuts in the evening? Type your answer in the comments below. Your choice might inspire another man to take his first step. And don't go anywhere, because in the final part of this video, I'll recap the key lessons, give you a simple game plan you can start today, and leave you with one powerful reminder that could change how you think about your health for the rest of your life. So, let's bring everything together. We've seen how something as simple as the nuts you snack on can quietly shape your energy, circulation, hormones, and confidence. 5 nuts stand out as true allies for men after 60: walnuts, almonds, pistachios, Brazil nuts, and hazelnuts. Each one works in its own way, feeding nitric oxide, protecting nerves, lowering stress, boosting testosterone, or calming inflammation. Together, they create a foundation for firmer erections, steadier energy, and stronger vitality. We've also covered the 2 nuts that can work against you when eaten too often: peanuts and cashews. Peanuts, with their mold toxins and high omega-6 content, quietly fuel inflammation and hormone imbalance. Cashews, with their phytic acid and higher carbohydrate load, can steal zinc and magnesium while spiking blood sugar. Neither will ruin your health in small amounts, but when they become daily staples, they chip away at the systems you need to stay strong. Here's the good news: you don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. Just a few simple swaps can make a real difference. Trade peanut butter for almond butter. Swap your cashew snack for walnuts or pistachios. Add 1 or 2 Brazil nuts in the evening. Sprinkle hazelnuts over your morning oatmeal. These small, realistic changes fit into everyday life, and over time, they add up. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s transform just by making these swaps. Energy that was fading came back. Confidence that was slipping returned. And relationships that felt distant grew stronger again. Remember, performance after 60 isn't about chasing youth, it's about fueling your body so it can keep doing what it was designed to do. Here's my challenge for you this week: choose one nut swap to commit to. Maybe you'll add walnuts to your breakfast or keep a bag of pistachios in your car instead of peanuts. What's the one change you're willing to start with today? Write it in the comments below. You might be surprised how quickly other men will join in and how these small steps can create a ripple effect. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It really helps more men discover this kind of information. Subscribe to the channel for more practical, science-based advice for men over 50. And share this with a friend who might need it. Sometimes the best gift you can give is knowledge that changes someone's life. Before we close, let me remind you that this video is for educational purposes only. It does not replace medical advice. Every man's body is unique, and if you are experiencing pain, significant changes, or have personal concerns, please consult your healthcare provider. Your well-being deserves personalized guidance, and making informed choices is the first step toward lasting vitality.